Why, hello there, and welcome to another First Strike Impressions review. Finally! Look, being an adult is hard, and I'm caretaking for my mom who has Alzheimer's, which is extra hard. That's why, even if it takes me months, I'm gonna keep releasing videos as much as I can. Anyway, enough rambling for today. I'm gonna share about a game series that I've coveted in a way for years now, and that is Monster Hunter, with the latest release of Monster Hunter Wilds. Quest start! Monster Hunter is one of those series I wish to be a fan of. It just seems like a cool idea. Hunt monsters, alive or dead, use materials from the monsters to get stronger gear and keep going. It's an awesome grind, and weirdo that I am, I love a good grind. Of course, one of the major struggles I have getting into this franchise is that it's better with multiplayer. If you've been here for a while, you know I don't do multiplayer. I am terrified of online randos, and all my friends have their own families now, meaning we have precious little time to schedule a playdate. So even though Monster Hunter can work just fine in single player, there's way more fun to be had if you can gather a hunting party. For the most part, Monster Hunter never has much story behind it, nor is it especially necessary. This time around, we got a kid from a lost civilization in the middle of a desert, or wasteland, I'm not sure what difference there is there. His tribe is surrounded and attacked by a number of monsters, but he is saved by his father and found collapsed by the explorers that your hunter is a part of. Your goal is to find and save the kid's people and chart unknown territory because adventure! After a quick rescue of an entirely different tribe, your hunt begins, searching and cataloging all new ecosystems and monsters by killing everything. Or, you can capture them alive. See how I feel. Recently, the gameplay for Monster Hunter has been altered to be way more user-friendly. Basic actions like swimming, jumping, and climbing used to be super cumbersome, and definitely not something you wished to attempt while an enormous dragon was looking to bite a chunk out of you. Now, it's much easier to do exactly what you want to do. Kinda. Monster Hunter is one of those Japanese games that just doesn't use standardized controls like every game made here in the West. So yes, you do generally have light and heavy attacks and a third battle action that changes by which weapon you choose, but if you run up to one of those massive tiger things and start mashing, you'll be knocked flat on your keister before you find the item menu. Which leads me to another obstacle for newcomers, the menus. There is a quick access item menu that's not too hard to use once you learn it, but this game also adds a quick use menu that automatically uses certain items or actions. It's kind of one of those action wheel things. I find this to be an unnecessary extra control that just confuses me. But the start menus are where it really gets nuts. Literally the first thing you should do in any Monster Hunter game, new player or not, is take time to see what's in the start menu. For one, it doesn't pause the game, but you can pause the game if you go way over here. The fact that you can't just pause without sorting through menus is frustrating, and everything else is harder to do. Finding emotes, setting up your profile card, changing your Palico's gear, it's all there, somewhere. This problem was made way worse when I did actually get a chance to play with someone online. See, I have found a wonderful Discord server called the Deadly Fam, which is a Christian gaming group, and it has sub-channels for almost every type of game you can think of. Lots of active users, and the most positivity I've seen in any online setting anywhere. This isn't really a plug, and I certainly get no kickbacks of any kind, but the reason I mention this is because the server is the only reason I even tried multiplayer in this game. The guy I played with was super cool and super patient because just getting connected took me at least 5 minutes to figure out. Yes, the menu was a major pain to figure out. I definitely would not have found the option without him. But really, the problem was just not communicated by the game clearly at all. In an effort to streamline things, at least I think that's the goal, Monster Hunter Wilds doesn't lock you out of story missions while you're online, but it also doesn't work online. In practice, this means whenever you enter a story mission, your group just dissolves, MCU blip style, no warning, hardly even an acknowledgement. So, I couldn't connect for a bit because I was in story stuff and I had no idea, and then later, I apparently couldn't continue because I was online. And then, when I did continue, poof, my friend was gone. So, none of the fault was due to my friend, but this was among the most difficult and frustrating online experiences I've ever had in any game ever. And for a series that thrives in multiplayer, even if it's not like a necessary thing, that really sucks. But taking, well, a lot of steps back because of how many missteps the menuing and online systems took, the gameplay itself is still plenty solid, and the world is always fun and fascinating to explore. It's got a kind of Jurassic Park meets Skull Island feel, and you're one of the indigenous locals who hunts these enormous creatures like it's another Tuesday at the office. That's pretty awesome, and the more you can learn to recognize all the little resource items and monster parts you need for crafting better items and gear for future hunts, the more satisfying the grind becomes. At least that's what I assume, since I still haven't sunk my teeth into this behemoth of a game to the point of hundreds of hours like many fans have. But now, I know I have a group to hunt with, making it more likely than ever that I may end up doing just that. To summarize things, Monster Hunter games reward grinding gameplay more than any other game out there, because there is no easy way out of it. You don't just level up, you don't learn new abilities or skills, there are no summons or magic spells, it's just you and the random stuff you grab along the way, gradually building up your gear and learning what type of build works best for you, and what items you need to use and when. Setting up your traps to wear down a creature and make the fight easier, using bombs and special ammo to do the same, or to even capture it alive, makes you feel like the best hunter ever, and doing it all with friends just makes it all better. That is, if you can ever find the right spots in the menu, and are lucky enough to avoid moving the story along so your group doesn't disappear on you. Seriously, Capcom, just give us an upfront warning so we know we're entering solo content. Just a simple message. If you continue, your group will be disbanded. Got it. Good enough. Moving on. I almost don't want to even bother trying to go online again because this experience was so bad, and I finally, for the first time in my entire life, have someone to play with, which leaves a taste more sour than that last bit of sour flavor powder sitting in the corner of the bag after the sour Skittles are all gone. You know what I'm talking about. So those are my thoughts about Monster Hunter Wilds, and let me just say, it sounded kind of negative, I guess. A lot of complaints about the online experience, definitely warranted, but let me just reassure you that the game itself is still pretty fun to play. Monster Hunter is a good game, just not a smooth online experience by any stretch. So, this is yet another one of those games that almost got away from me this year because of my life. I'm taking care of my mom with her Alzheimer's, and I know I bring that up a lot. I'm just trying to explain why my schedule is weird and why this is way, way, way too late to be relevant. But I'm also off script, so I'm gonna move on. Take that statement as you will, whether it's beg for help or just a ploy to get you to subscribe and ring the bell. If it works, it works. That's all I'm saying. But seriously, any support you can provide just watching this video has been a huge help. I would love to make this something that keeps me home, taking care of her, while also covering my expenses. That's neither here nor there. One way or another, I'll see you soon for another First Strike. Um, Maybe something for Switch 2 next? I think that's next. Yeah. See ya!